Good morning, students. In my previous lecture, I explained you about iron. I hope you have understood. I will recapitulate in brief. Students, atom is always neutral because the number of electrons are always equal to number of protons. Electron is negative charge, proton is positive, right? So they're always equal, so atom is always neutral. But in many cases, when atoms react, either they lose electron or they gain electron in order to complete their shell. Except inert gases, those who don't react, rest all atoms, elements, they react, and when they react, either they lose electron or gain electron. When they lose electron, they attain positive charge known as cation, and all metals are cations. And when they gain electron, they get negative charge. They are known as anion, non-metals. They are anion. So atom is always neutral, but when they lose electron, they become positive charge cation. They gain electron, they become negative charge anion. Right? Now I will give one of the example, like it is sodium ion, chloride ion, magnesium ion. Right? So these are ion. There is one more concept related to that is polyatomic ion. Polyatomic ion, as the name indicates, poly means many, atoms. It is like these are, what is ion? It may consist of single charge particle, single, or it may contain group of atoms. They are known as polyatomic ion. For example, it is hydroxide ion. Hydroxide ion. So hydroxide is not single element, it is group of element. Group of element, always written all together. Their ion is how much? It is -1. Right? For example, it is carbonate. For example, it is carbonate ion. So carbonate is always written together, CO3. You cannot separate it. CO3 all together, and the charge is 2-. This is polyatomic ion. Right, students? Now, students, before learning how to write chemical formula, it is very important to understand the concept of valency. It is given on page number 37, valency. The technical definition of valency is, it is the combining capacity of an element. The combining power of an element is known as its valency. But in simpler term, it means how many electrons any atoms of an element, how many electrons they lose or gain in order to complete their shell. That is known as its valency. I will explain you with few examples. Let us take example of sodium. You know, atomic number of sodium is 11. Students, I have told you to learn page number 51. If you remember, in my previous lecture, I told all of you to learn table 4.1, page 51. These are atomic numbers. You can see column 3rd. If you learn atomic numbers, it is very easier to learn the valency. Right? Now, how you will calculate the valency? Sodium atomic number is 11. I have told you already the formula 2n square, how to fill the electrons in the various shells. N is number of shell. First shell में 1 square is 1, 2 ones are 2. So first shell 2. Second shell 2 square 4, 4 2s are 8. How many electrons are there now? 10. How many you have to arrange? 11. So it is 2, 8, 1. You know, last shell mein if it has 8 electrons, the shell is said to be complete. So it has two options to complete its shell. Either it will take 7 from someone else, it will take 7 electrons, or it will lose 1 electron to complete its shell. It is very difficult to take 7 electron, so it will lose 1 electron. It will lose, sodium will lose 1 electron. Lose 1 electron. So plus indicate it loses how many? 1 electron. So plus 1 is the valency of sodium. Simply by valency you can come to know that how many it has lost or gained. Plus it means it has lost how many? 1. Valency is plus 1. Since sodium is a metal, so valency is plus 1. Another example, it is magnesium. Atomic number 12. 2, 8, 2. Right? So large shell में 8 should be there. So two options. Either it will lose 2 electron or it will gain 6. It is difficult to gain 6 electron, so it will lose 2 electron. It will lose 2 electron, so valency becomes how much? Plus 2. So valency of magnesium is plus 2. Let us take one more example. Oxygen. Atomic number 8. It is 2, 6. Two options to make it 8. Either it will take 2 electrons to complete its shell, or it will lose 6 electrons. It is very difficult to lose 6 electrons, easier to take 2, so it will gain 2 electrons. It will gain 2 electrons. Minus means it takes, gain, received, how many? 2. So valency of oxygen is minus 2. Right? For example, chlorine 17. 2, 8, 7. Two options. Either take 1 electron to make it 8 or lose this 7. Difficult to lose 7. Easier to take 1. So it will gain 1 electron. Gain 1 electron. So valency is minus 1. So students, now you can clearly see that if you know the atomic number, you can easily write electronic configuration and you can easily calculate the valency. Plus indicates metals, minus indicates non-metals. For polyatomic ion, no need to do the calculation part. Simply you will learn it from page number 37. From page number 37, from the table 3.6, you will learn polyatomic. You can see this table 3.6, all the metals, all the non-metals which are in your syllabus till class 10th, and this polyatomic ion. You can see they have written with charge. Right, students? So student, once you learn these valencies, now it is very easier for you to write chemical formulae. Right, students? So there are certain rules to write chemical formulae. The rules are given on page 38. The rules are very simple. That first, whenever we write formula, the first symbol you will write will always be of metal, and the second symbol will be of non-metal. Metal, non-metal. Metal, polyatomic ion. Right? I am repeating, metal first, then non-metal. Metal or polyatomic ion. Right? Then second you will write in the bottom there valency. Metal valency, whichever example you have taken, and non-metal valency or polyatomic ion valency. Then you will crisscross, you will interchange, and then you will write the formula. I will explain you. Let us take example of aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide. So how to write? First, aluminium, it is a metal, little bit distance, oxygen. Then you will write aluminium valency, then oxygen valency, and then you will crisscross. The method is known as crisscross method. Crisscross method to write formula. Right? Now you will write now together. Now there should be no distance. ALO. Now with aluminium you will write oxygen valency, and with oxygen you will write aluminium valency. Now this is the formula of aluminium oxide. You have to interchange it. One more example I will show you. Let us take example of magnesium chloride. Okay, students? And student, listen, it is not so easy that you will think that in one day you will learn all the atomic numbers, valencies, formulas. No, it will take some time. So gradually you will understand, you will learn it. So start learning the table given on page number 37 and page number 51. It is very beneficial in your class 10th and senior classes, right? Now how to write magnesium chloride? Magnesium first and then chlorine. Magnesium valency is 2, chlorine valency is 1. Now crisscross it. Magnesium, with magnesium you will write valency of chlorine, it is 1, so no need to write. And with chlorine you will write valency of magnesium, it is MgCl2. I hope you have understood this. One more example I will explain you. Calcium oxide. Calcium oxide. Calcium oxygen. Calcium valency 2. Oxygen valency 2. Interchange it. Since it is same, so it will be cut and the formula will become CaO. Right? The student, with this formula, we come to know the elements, their valencies. By this formula only you can check aluminium valency is 3, oxygen valency is 2, magnesium valency is 2, chlorine valency is 1. Secondly, it also tells how many atoms are reacting. 2 atoms of aluminium reacting with 3 atoms of oxygen to form aluminium oxide. 1 atom of magnesium react with 2 atoms of chlorine to form magnesium chloride. It's clear, student? One example I will explain you of polyatomic ion. Let us take example of calcium hydroxide. Okay? Calcium hydroxide. Calcium valency 2. This whole valency is 1. Now, since I told you it is a polyatomic ion, it has to be written together, right? Calcium valency is 2 and hydroxide valency is 1. The formula becomes CaOH2. Students, many times you write like this. So it is wrong. This is wrong. You have to write it in bracket. Polyatomic ion to be written in bracket. If it is 1, then it is not required. But if it is more than 1, you have to write in brackets the polyatomic ion. Right, students? The rules are given on page number 38. That you have to write metal and non-metal. Then you have to write their valencies. Then you have to crisscross them. If it is a polyatomic ion, you have to put it in bracket. These are some of the formula examples written. You do practice, and very soon you will be able to write formulae of all the compounds. You can do the questions given on page number 39 also. Practice more so that the concept is clear to you. Thank you, students. Do practice.